Alright, so the new patch notes are out for tomorrow. So we got the general stuff right here. Morty is coming out on the 23rd of August. He's going to be a bruiser character from what I've seen. We're getting the patches in, right here says the patch is in 2 parts. The first is on the 15th. Second one is probably going to be on the 23rd. But everything is going to be, most of everything is going to be 15th patch. This is our free character rotation for that, the 15th and 30th. Arya, Batman, LeBron, and Steven. Some meta systems changes. The free character rotations now have a little icon to identify which characters are the free rotation characters and which are locked. Battle Pass experience has been increased, which is great, honestly. 10 for wins, 5 for losses, from 5 for wins and 3 losses. And then they disabled Battle Pass missions that was based on classes, other than tank, because not everyone's gonna have other types of characters. So like imagine you got a Battle Pass mission that said, hey, win 2 matches with a support character. You cannot do that since as a new player you do not have a support character unless you have one in the rotation. Luckily there is, because Arya is an assassin, Batman's a bruiser, so is LeBron, Steven is a support. So the only one staying is the tank because everybody has Wonder Woman. Everyone should get Wonder Woman because that is the tutorial character. Lower the requirement for the number of seasonal missions. And it wasn't that bad, so. But actually, get 50 assists. That's actually that's better than 125. So if you're not constantly playing this game, that's great. That's a good change. And then some changes on some perks, on the general perks. The Clear the Air perk, increase consistency on perk effects. So there were some inconsistency with Velma's speech bubbles, so her neutral special, and Batman's Batarang is neutral special as well. To make a rain dog. I think that's the increased projectile speed. Yeah. Now it's properly applied to throwing items. The painted target, that's you do more damage to the fighter who has more damage done to them. It's the 7% boost. Now it should apply correctly. And now Retaliation ready, that's kind of a nerf from what I see. Reduce unstacked gray health from 3 HP for 3 seconds to 1 HP for 3 seconds. Reduce stacked gray health from 4 HP to 3 seconds to 2 HP for 3 seconds. Because honestly, gray health's kind of busted. Not really much people are using it, but if you actually knew what you were doing, it was kind of unfair because you have more health than the other players. School Me Once, that's basically the one where if you get hit by a projectile, you gain that little anti-projectile shield. So now if you get hit by Jerry, it will get spawned now. Slippery with Feints, fixing the issue where evade distance was not increased on hit cancels. So a hit cancels, basically you press one of the attack buttons. So let's just say on PlayStation, you press a square and then immediately press circle. That's a hit cancel. So now the Slippery with Feint perk will now apply to that. Snowball effect. That's the, I think that's the, what's it called? Apply ice, the ice stacks. I think that's what it's for. So now some projectiles will now be affected by it. I think one projectile that was not affected by it was like Tom and Jerry's dynamite. Static electricity, increased consistency on projectile, electric damage application. So now Yeah, so notable thrown items will now apply electricity. So the thrown items they're talking about is the little Meeseeks box, dynamite. I think Bugs' pie counts, and the little TV thing. And now for gameplay systems, they're actually going to debuff ice, because now it's not going to scale to how much stacks of ice you have, and they're reducing the movement speed from 20% to 15%, which is pretty nice. It was kind of unfair just to lose a fifth of your speed, especially if you were already one of the slower characters like Harley Quinn or Iron Giant. Ability cooldowns fix a bug where cooldowns will not trigger properly if used near an ally Jake. So this, they're referring to the Velma / Jake duo. Maybe some of y'all seen it. It's basically just Velma spamming speech bubbles, and she doesn't get any cooldown, so she just able to spam it. So yeah, that's good. That's good that we don't have to deal with that anymore. Gameplay modes, free-for-all, fix a bug where pop-out stacks will display the incorrect point value. And I don't really do free-for-alls, but hey, if you do it, there's that. UI, announcer packs. You can now preview a character's announcer pack before deciding to unlock it. That's great, because before this, you could not do that, so you had to gamble which announcer packs you wanted. Some of them were absolutely useless, I ain't gonna lie. Tom and Jerry's kinda useless. One of my favorites is the Harley Quinn one, because it's hilarious. I love it. So that's good. For tutorials, they're fixing a bunch of the bugs for that. Fix for tutorials, causing stage hazards to toggle off in other game modes. Down spike tutorial has been fixed so that it requires an actual spike rather than any aerial attack. The rain dog tether of the intro tutorial no longer counts if you pull your ally in after they have been wrung out. Fix for Shaggy falling off the mat during the aerial combat tutorial demo. And added a wall to the second step of the KBI tutorial. So overall, you really don't need to do tutorials unless you are a brand new fresh gamer, brand new fresh to this game who's never played a platformer before. Although I do hope that they can add like other rewards to it, like coins. Just add coins to that so you have an incentive to complete the tutorials. Because the only incentive you have is unlocking Wonder Woman, but you only need to complete the first one to get Wonder Woman. So I think adding coins to the other tutorials will incentivize other players to complete them. Alright, glossary and new terms. So they just added wall fatigue to the glossary, added the terms block, hazard, and wipe to the glossary, and updated move list accordingly. So I don't think they had, so right here they didn't have wall fatigue. Wall fatigue is basically if you just keep, so imagine you're off the stage, then you have someone trying to edge guard you, and you just keep jumping off and on the wall. Eventually you're gonna gain wall fatigue and you will start to slide down even faster. Eventually you just slide all the way down really fast. Alright, so let's get into the characters' buffs, nerfs, and changes. So first off, we have Arya. The goal of these changes was to make Arya's combos be more consistent, successful at lower skill levels. Her air/ground up special, hitting a fighter will now actively launch them at an angle to follow up attacks for Arya. Air up attack, the first hit will now more accurately combo in the second hit. Buff to neutral air attack, now has an earlier branching on hit. Ground side attack, Arya will retain velocity on the first hit of side attack. The ground down attack now has slightly easier dodge branching. And then a change to the air/ground neutral special, fix a bug where Arya will not copy over capsule hitboxes on her normal neutral attacks when stealing in fighter space. So Arya actually has the smallest hitbox in the game, I believe, from what I've seen and what I've played against. Set Arya's hitbox to match her victim's hurtbox while she disguises them. So if she transforms an Iron Giant, she will gain Iron Giant's hitboxes. Fix a bug where Arya's type UI would be offset incorrectly when she seals the face. Fix a bug where Arya's disguise attack hitbox could get disconnected. Fix a bug where Arya's original hitbox would be usable during disguise attacks. And fix a bug where the hitboxes from Arya's disguise will stay active during her attacks. So ignore that. Overall, I think that is good. Although I'm not a fan of fighting Aryas in 1v1s, I basically just think of them as the Bayonetta from Smash 4. So, because they can easily combo, really easily. So yeah, so I think these changes are good. These buffs are good. So Batman, some changes to his air/ground slide special. Fix a bug where Batman would overshoot his grapple distance destination. So basically, what they're talking about right there is sometimes you would get really unlucky where you would activate his side special and just zoom off the map. So, and they increase the overshooting distance when grappling an ally. Fix the Batman's grapple failing at short distance on their islands too. Alright, so they nerfed his ground side attack. Oh, that's just his normal side attack. Oh yeah. So they nerfed that, they added more whiff. Which is basically it's gonna be more likely that you can get punished for just tossing that move out. They also nerfed his air/ground neutral attack, which is gonna come in the second patch. Batarang pickup will now return 9.45 seconds of his cooldown from 11.55 seconds. This change helps create a window from when the Batarang is used for the opponent to react with perks like Coffeezilla, causing the cooldown to be even shorter. We felt this change was necessary to create counterplay against the Batarang. Alright, so this is good if you fight Batmans. This is horrible if you play Batman. Because basically Batman really, from what I've seen, Batman really depends on Batarang. That's basically his combo starter. And what basically, so a good setup would be for Batman would be his Batarang perk. The increase in the Make It Rain Dog perk, which is basically faster speed. And then you can either have the one that sets you on fire perk, or the ice perk, and then have like Coffeezilla. That would just make you able just to use Batarang as fast as possible while debuffing your enemy while already having the weekend effect. So this is basically just a nerf for Batman. Now on to Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny's a bit too safe in everything he does. We've given some additional whiff punish windows to help address this. So the changes to his up air special. So they basically fixed the double rocket bug. They basically fixed that for both his air special and slide special. They nerfed his air/ground neutral special. Fixed an exploit where bugs can spawn multiple saves while triggering his cooldown. Safe HP reduced from 16 to 14. Basically, it's easier to break his safe now. It changed to his air down special. Previous tunnels will now disappear when creating new tunnels. So you can no longer have more than 2 tunnels. They nerfed his air up attack, added more frames of whiff recovery, which is good because Bugs had it really easy. He could do anything from across on anywhere on the stage, and he could do it as really fast as possible. They also nerfed his air side attack, increased whiff recovery by 5 frames. His air neutral attack increased whiff recovery by 5 frames. And then they nerfed his ground down attack. Pi max lifetime sets at 8 seconds from infinite. And Pi no longer applies it. So basically, all of the stuff that Bugs does, if he starts missing his attacks, he will get punished for it. If you land it, then you're fine. If you don't, oh boy, you're gonna get punished. Also, Pi no longer applying slow. That's also a nerf. Sucks, whatever. So that's it for Bugs. And now Finn. Oh boy, Finn. Alright. Fighting against Finn felt too difficult as Finn felt a bit too safe and could throw out attacks while much fear of a punish due to how quickly he recovered. Hurt/hitbox's foundational updates are coming soon but will not be in this patch. So they nerfed his passive. Attacks affected by attack can no longer spawn coins. And then Finn now spawns with 100 gold instead of 200. So basically if you're spamming the same move with Finn, you will no longer spawn coins. But it's not like a lot of Finns use that anyways. They actually buffed his air down special, fixing the issue where the gem required 200 gold to spawn, but only cost 100 spawn. Gem now requires and costs 100. That's good, that's fine. They nerfed his air side special. Additional whiff recovery, but they don't really say how much. And then here we go. Nerfing Backpack. Reduces strength of the vacuum effect on Backpack. Weaker hits on the backpack will no longer overwrite stronger knockbacks from other hits. Whiffing with all hits will still drop a coin. Added whiff recovery. Hitbox should be better. Match the attack. Not perfect until our planned hurt/hitbox system overall. So basically, if you miss Backpack, you will still drop most of your coins. More whiff recovery, so we'll try and make it easier for the opponent to punish a Finn. And the hitboxes should better match the attack when we get the hurt/hitbox system overhaul. They've nerfed his air side attack, reduce active frames to diminish Finn's ability to hit fighters from behind him. Oh, yeah. Finn was just able to just hit anyone from anywhere from his sword. Ground down attack. What's that? Oh, that's his charge up and spikes. Distance Finn covers his attack now scales with how long the charge attack is. Now that I think about it, it was kind of unfair how Finn can do that. The only difference before this patch was if you got the little shockwave effect, but now having distance be a factor, that is better. They nerfed his ground side attack, increased whiff recovery on the first hit, and they actually buffed his on the harass perk first initial where Finn's still spent gold on gen spawn by the perk. Slightly reduce the launch speed of gen spawn by the perk, and make sure this should fix issues that arose when this perk was combined with the Make It Rain dog perk. I actually didn't know that you actually still spend gold on the house perk, because I didn't really use Finn that much. I think I only used them for like 2 days. I only have him level 14, haven't even maxed him out. But yeah, just mostly nerfs for Finn. Not sure if the hitboxes will be a nerf. It's mostly a change. Yeah, that's it for Finn. Garden doesn't really have much. Her buffing her air/ground neutral special. Song activation starts earlier on frame 12 instead of frame 30. So basically, she does her little sing and dance earlier now. Change to her air/ground special. This ability regarding will be stopped by Iron Giant's collision when she moves with her down special. That's situational against Iron Giant, but that's fine. Then they buff, not my bad. Buff, not nerfed, her air neutral attack, slightly higher base knockback. Alright. Harley Quinn, her stuffy bat, Harley bomb visual effects, shrunk to better match explosion. Radius. That's just a visual effect. They actually made her heavier now, so she should be harder to kill. Increase from 42 to 44. That's it for Garnet and Harley. Alright, what do we got for Iron Giant? Just the visual effects change. Nerf air/ground down special. Fix an issue where visual effects trails will still persist and fill up the screen. Can no longer use cannonball attack without its air specials. You can do that? Huh. Knockback angle change to send fighters more horizontally and away from Iron Giant. Fixing the issue that allows for infinitely bouncing on enemies near the ground. So that one's good. Just fixing that infinitely bouncing. That's decent. That's a really good change. And then they actually made it hard. I think it's going to be a little harder to kill now with his cannonball effect. Cannonball attack. Now that it's going to launch more horizontally instead of most likely vertically. Because that's from what I remember when I played him. He did launch more vertically. Nerf air/ground neutral special. So that's where he swings his legs around. Great health. Wait, I think? No, it's actually the bolts one. My bad. So great health from activation reduced from 2 plus bolts HP for 5 seconds to bolts HP for 3 seconds. So basically you get less gray health now. So, that's a nerf. Gray health from ally overlap reduced from 5 HP for 5 seconds to 3 HP for 3 seconds. Less gray health to fight, the better. I changed to his ground forward special. Ground forward special. Is that the one where he swings with the car? No, that's his grab. Pardon me, how to yawn. A nerf to his air up attack. Can no longer hit the same target multiple times. I thought they already fixed that, but alright. Then his air neutral attack, final hitbox now changes to send fighters more horizontally and away from Iron Giant, increased knockback scaling. Nerf to his ground up attack, gray health from scrap reduced from 3 HP for 5 seconds to 2 HP for 2 seconds. For 3 seconds. Then it changed to his ground forward attack, fixed attack decay not trailing for all parts of the forward attack combo. And then nerfing his ground down attack, gray health from R reduced from 10 HP for 10 seconds to 6 HP for 3 seconds. So overall they're just nerfing how much gray health he has and a little bit of his hitboxes and how much it sends. So instead of launching vertically, it's more horizontally now. Alright, Jake. For Jake, we got a nerf to his air down attack, remove instant cancel out of Added the attack to prevent skateboard infinite. And no longer bounces off allies. Nerfed his ground up attack, additional whiff recovery, slightly later charge, cancel window to make it a bit more committal. So that's the axe? No. Yes? So that just mostly nerfs the Jake. Jake, LeBron. Oh, LeBron. Oh, LeBron's got a bit. Alright, so for LeBron, we got a change to his air/ground side special. So Dog no longer spawns a shockwave on the ground. Oh, that's actually kind of a bit of a nerf. The alley-oop now teleport version spawns a dunk. My bad, I can't read. The alley-oop teleport version of LeBron's dunk spawns Shockwave will launch fighters in Shockwave. Shockwave will launch fighters into a final hit that applies the weekend debuff. Soul Dunk, knockback, and hitbox size increase, fix a bug where LeBron would dunk himself in the sky. So, in the 1v1 situation, this is a nerf. In a 2v2 situation, you gotta hope that your partner knows what they're doing. Change to his ground air down special, adjusted to prevent ball spam. Buff to his air side attack. A buff to his air neutral attack. Buff to his ground side attack. Buff to ground side attack. 3-hit combo hits more consistently now. That's good because you usually would drop the most people would DI out of the move on the second hit, so you wouldn't be able to hit the third. Change to the basketball, fix some team color issues. Fix an issue where LeBron could be stuck attacking without his ball while visually holding his ball. Then the hot hands perk change. When an ally catches a no leg pass from him while the hot hands perk is equipped, the basketball pass buff will emit flames to let allies know they will throw an ignited basketball. So overall, LeBron gets nerfed in 1v1 situation, but his other stuff does get buffed. Alright, Rain Dog. His air up special removed hit pause on the ally that threw Rain Dog. When Rain Dog connects in ball form, that's a 2v2 situation. Nerf to his air/ground neutral special, increased cooldown from 13 seconds to 14 seconds. That's his fireball, I think. I could be wrong on that. And then buffed his air up attack. Hitbox size increase. Alright. Shaggy's side special fell low 2 unpunishable, so we had a bit more whiff recovery. That's good. That's good. His rage air side special recovery increased by 2 frames, now better matches rage ground side special. Address an issue where Shaggy can perform 2 rage specials. You could do that? And then on buff or rage ground down special, Shaggy Shockwave will launch fighters into a final hit that applies weekend debuff. And on nerf to his ground/air side special, adding more whiff recovery frames on that. That's good, that's good. So basically Shaggy's more punishable if he misses the Shaggy kick. Steven. Nerf to his grounds down special. Also, that's the one where he spawns his Watermelon Steven. Cooldown now begins when Watermelon Steven is wrung out. Fix a bug where Watermelon Steven could spawn inside ceilings and be stuck. Change to his neutral air attack, no longer will animation hitch. Then some effects, VOs, voice lines. fix this time situation. Alright. Nerfing Superman. Oh, let's go, baby. Ground neutral attack. Added additional whiff recovery. Ground up attack. Ground down special. Just added more whiff recovery on all that. I did hope they could nerf his command grabs, his side special, and it's the aerial versions, right? Should be his aerial up special and his aerial side special. I was hoping they would nerf that, but maybe next one. Alright, Taz. How much of the Taz we got? Oh, that's a lot. Alright, let's quickly run through this. This is the start of our tornado changes for Taz. We will continue to monitor the tornado with extra scrutiny in case additional changes are needed. Chicken debuff. Fix a bug where transform fighters could receive buffs they would not visually when they return to normal form. Reduce chicken duration from 10 seconds to 8 seconds. And increase the size of chicken. I never feel scared when I'm a chicken because I'm always just running around. So, it's whatever. Debuff at least. His air/ground down special. Projectile movement direction. When Taz spits his projectile back at a fighter, projectile will maintain its original speed. Air/ground neutral special. If Taz eats the projectiles that can't be spat back out, he will refresh a count of his apple core ability. Increased size of hit collisions for Taz eating projectiles on his neutral special, and also made it possibly projectiles a few frames earlier. Taz deals 1 stack of weakened debuff every time he shoots on an enemy. Fixed a bug that allowed for ground movement after eating an enemy fighter. Alright. Air/ground up special damage reduced from 10 to 9. Base knockback just from 1500 to 1350. Picked a bug where enemy fighters could become vulnerable to the fight cloud after dodging it. It changed to his air/ground side special. Now cooldown move with 7-second cooldown while the cooldown is active. Side special is a weaker version of Tornado. Full power Tornado has a 1.5-second duration and receives an additional 1-second duration after passing an ally. On cooldown, Tornado has a 0.25-second duration and does not gain additional duration by passing an ally. We'll see how that works. Not sure if that's a buff or a nerf, but we'll find out soon in game. And then his ground up attack. Now a 2-hit attack. The early hit combos into the second sandwich clamp. That's good. It makes it easier for Taz to combo. Alright, we got through all the tests. Alright, Tom and Jerry, my main. Tom and Jerry Dynamite now applies projectile. Oh, that's good. That's good. Makes Dynamite even better now. Change to his air normal attack. With the bug where Tom and Jerry were prevented from using normal attack when air special. Alright. And then nerfing air up special, fixing the issue where Jerry will continue to have an active hit frame when falling. I actually didn't know that. But oh well. Alright, Velma. Oh, Velma's got a bit. Alright, Velma's got nerfed her air side special, reduced move distance. This distance travel before it gave Velma additional recovery that wasn't intended. Her air special weekend stacks from 3 to 2. Will no longer change to air down attacks and easily to prevent easy application of damage. Ground side special, reduced gray health from 12 HP for stacks. Yeah, that was a lot of gray HP, honestly. Nerfed her air down attack, increased recovery. Air side attack, increased whiff recovery. Nerfing her ground/air neutral attack, fix issues when where bubbles would go through Bugs' tunnel, reduces ammo count from 4 to 3, reduces ammo return from 11 to 10. Wade actually made her lighter now, and knowledge power perk did get nerfed, reduced from 7 HP for 5 seconds to 3 HP for 3 seconds. Alright, Wonder Woman got her buffs. Ground air neutral special lower cooldown from 30 seconds to 12 seconds. Alright, just a 1 second difference, but maybe it is a good difference. Ground side special and projectile shield comes out early to better react to incoming projectiles. Alright, that's better. And change to her air up attack. Her punch should now better match the animation. She actually become heavier now. Increased weight from 65 to 76. Should mean it's harder to kill her now. And then I changed to a shield of Athena's signature perk. Adjust the scale of projectile shield for shield of Athena's signature perk to cover an edge in case where projectiles would pass above it during a dodge. Alright, I think that's it. Yeah. Alright, so we got through all of that. All the annoying characters got nerfed. They have fixed some bugs. Some perks now are probably applied. As a Tom and Jeremy, I love this. It's great. Yeah, remember, Morty will be coming out on the 23rd of August. Yeah, thank you for listening and watching. Like and subscribe. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys when the Battle Pass drops. See you guys.